Hey, good morning, guys. It's good to see you. Let's just make sure I am actually live. You should be seeing me now. Let me know. Give me the thumbs up. I'm just double checking two things here. I can see me on the screen. I'm good to go. Okay, I've written a book at the weekend, and I just wanted to explain what this book was about. And you can see, hopefully, just through here. I might move my desk back so you can see it all. Can everyone hear me okay? How's the sound there, guys? Can you all hear me? Give me a thumbs up or something if you can hear me. Let me know how it's going. Can you hear me? That's what I want to know. Come on, guys. Hear me out here. Can you hear me? All I'm hearing is crackly in my end. I might have to pull this out. I need to know if you guys can hear me. I got a thumbs up somewhere on the line. Can you guys hear me? Come on. I need someone. 8 people on here. All good. Beautiful, Kelly. Beautiful. Okay, so one thing I want to talk about today while I'm here, really hit home, guys, is only 5% of you, it's not a lot, are going to make some serious money out of owning a salon. The rest of you are going to do okay. You're going to get by. You're going to sort yourself out. And I was thinking, let's go deep. Let's dive deep today. And the truth about things is that I'm going to keep looking to make sure I'm still on. Yeah, sure can. Beautiful. Okay, here's my point, right? Big picture stuff up here. We all want to finish the race with something left over. What I say to you is that your salon can give you a pretty good lifestyle. I call it more profit, more freedom. I have webinars that I do on that. Actually, one's coming up this Monday, so a week today is a webinar to try and get you, entice you to say, hey, wake up, guys, there's more to life than whatever you are at the moment. So I wanted to do something big picture stuff. I reckon that most salon owners really could finish their time nice and easily with about $500,000 cash in the bank when you finish. Now, if you're a salon owner, if you're anything like me, 10 years goes like a snap of the fingers. I was in business over 20 years, and it seemed like only a drop in the ocean to me. So what I think is that my big picture stuff, really, is that if you're frugal enough with your salon, you should be aiming for about a 30% profit. That's where you should be. That's what you should pay yourself through here. Yep, you're all good, beautiful. No one's saying anything else, but all good. Okay, so 30% profit is quite achievable. I've done it in every salon that I've had. So that's what we're aiming for. So what I'm trying to think is, how do we get 50,000, a lazy 50K at the end of the year, to you go, right, do I shove that in my super? Do I use that to buy a second property? So here's the big picture. What about if I said to you, let's just run your salon for 10 years, and every year for 10 years, you can have a lazy 50K, not 50,000 profit. I'm saying a lazy 50K. So you still pay yourself 100,000 a year, 2,000 a week, and you've got 50K lying about that you're going to invest. And you can stay and maintain that 50K lazy money for 10 years. You're going to have a lazy $500,000. Now, I think for anybody, I don't want a lot out of life, but $500,000 in the bank for most people is good enough to retire. I met a guy once that opened up a nail shop a few doors down from me. And before the nail shop was there was a printer. And this printer came to me, and he had this story where he wanted to make $5 million in 3 years and then just travel Italy, learn how to cook. We just thought he was mad. But really, seriously, so he just opened three places up just to annoy people, and eventually someone came in and bought him out, and he got his $5 million and he retired. So I'm thinking to you guys now, right, so what we need to figure out is, would you be happy for $500,000 in the bank in 10 years' time? I probably would. That $500,000, if you start buying a house from year one, that house could be worth $750,000 or $1 million in 10 years' time. We know how much it rises. So now you've got $1 million cash, lazy, for 10 years worth of work. So the question is, how do we get you a lazy 50K every single year? Let's move back over here. Each staff member that you have should be doing 3 times their wage, 2.5 minimum. 3 times, if Nicole's listened to this, you know you're going to say 4. But they should earn you $120,000 a year. So in the UK, about 60K. So 120 will give you 600,000. I believe that 600,000 will get you around about 180,000 profit a year. That's where you should be. By the time you pay your tax out of that, you could easily have a lazy 50,000. So your job as a salon owner is, how quickly can I get myself 5 staff that are going to earn me 120,000 each? And by the way, that's really conservative. You know that should be 150, 160. We have people here that I've known do 180 per stylist. So your job is, how do I get 5 staff to earn me a minimum of 120 so I'm taking 600,000? How do I control my profit so I don't spend, I don't have to go crazy and have the dearest couple of $1,000 handbag? How can I be a bit frugal with my bills and keep my percentage high and end up with a lazy 50,000? So you pay the tax man, you pay the GST man, you paid your staff wages, you paid all your bills, you paid yourself a couple of grand a week, and there's 50K in the bank, you know, and you invest it well. And you go, right, I'm going to maintain this for 10 years, I'm done. You can then back off. You can do this, by the way, guys, working 3 days a week or 2 days a week in your salon. It's that easy. You don't hear me, guys? I'm sure you can still hear me. I don't want to rant on too much, but that is the truth. So your job as a salon owner is, how do I get this and what do I want? Because what tends to happen in the real world is that we own a salon, which is what we tend to do. We plod along doing our thing, and before you know it, 5 years has gone by. Sometimes it's been good, sometimes it's been a struggle. And do you know what you've got to show for it at the end? An empty bucket, nothing. Honestly, there's nothing left. You've just got yourself a job, just over broke. That's what job stands for, by the way. You've got yourself a job. So I applaud you. Today's the day, salon owners, to draw a line in that sand and go, do you know what? Enough's enough. I'm going to finish strong. And you don't have to be famous. You don't have to be great. You just got to learn, how do I get clients into my salon to fill these staff members? I mean, after people have done this with 3 staff members and do up to 600,000, you know, guys, who you are. You do well. But 5, it's a nice, easy number. Hey, 5 senior stylists working hard. You don't have to be one of these, by the way. You can just be someone who's at the till, receptionist, meet and greet, whatever you want to be. But most of us love what we do. We still want to cut hair. So do 2 or 3 days a week. Work around your children. But seriously, that's your job. Your job now is big picture stuff. Where do you want to end up in 10 years from now? Because if you're like me, 10 years is too far away to think. But it's fact. 10 years goes like a snap. I don't know how long you've had your salon. How long you had your salon for, guys? Let's be honest. I mean, let's get some figures down here. I'm over here. I'll look over here because that's my computer. So come on, guys. Answer some questions for me now. I'm not going to talk until you answer a question. How long have you owned your salon for? Come on. I know some of you on the line. Yeah, Nicole, definitely 4 times. Okay, is that 4 years? Almost 1 year. Okay. So Natasha, let's say almost 4 years. Think about this. If we can get this sorted out, you should have a lazy 200,000. You're in the UK. Okay, a lazy 100,000 in the bank. Just sitting there, maybe bought an investment property, and you're thinking, you know what? I'm going to use my salon to actually get me some wealth out of life. Because the problem is, we all have this dream that the salon's going to be super wonder. Only 5% do that. Because the problem is, when you get yourself a 100,000 wage or a 200,000 wage, we spend it. That's our problem. We do. Yeah, Diane, Julie's only going for 2 years. Leslie, you should have at least 500,000 in the bank by now. So, but it's true. We forget that our life as a salon owner is that we forget that there's an end game here. One day it's all going to end. You're going to have to sell it. If you've got a really good business and you've got at least 5 staff and it's automated, you might be able to sell it for a couple of 100,000, which is a bigger bonus, which means now your $500,000 is 700,000. You're going to have $1 million. Most people, this is lottery stuff we're talking about. You have the capability to have this, but we think small. We think day to day, how we're going to get clients for our staff. Our staff aren't doing our money for us. How are we going to do this? And we forget that the end game is we're going to end this one day. One day, just like me, I haven't done hairdressing now for 2 years. Around last 2 years, August, I sold my salon, started coaching full time. And I'm going to do the same again here. But indirectly, the thing that we have is that the bigger picture stuff is that your salon is the vehicle that you're going to use to build you wealth. So when you retire, you're going to have the greatest life you can imagine. And this salon, most salons can give you this, but you've got to be a bit frugal with it. Hey, you've got to learn how to, one, how can I get this staff busy? How quickly can I get to 600,000? And how can I maintain it for the next 10 years? It's as simple as that, hey. Not too bad. Hey, an 8-month one, you're right at the beginning, even better. Let's start it the next 9 years, let's start finding that $500,000. When I opened my salon here in Australia, I had no clients, I had no staff. I opened up, I didn't even know the area. And I paid myself this sort of money in year 1. Because that's my goal. I needed, I had children and I had to hit myself a certain criteria of a wage. I wanted to pay myself a few thousand a week. I had to get up my bum and do it. The problem is we just get lost in all the stuff. We're putting out fires all day. We just don't get used to it. But seriously, 5 staff members should get you that. I see salons out there with 9 staff, 10 staff, and they're nowhere near it because they spend too much. They lose the game. They don't have any money left over. Can you imagine every year? It's tough, okay? It's tough in business. We all know it is. I don't care who you are. Business is going to go like this. But if you're going to, I'm going to use a quote that someone told me, squirrel your money away, 50K every single year. You quid's in. You're just ticking off the years until you get down there. It's a fact. It's not too bad at all. I think, okay, I think someone said they can't hear me. Hey guys, can you guys hear me? Have I just been ranting on for the sake of it? Can you guys actually hear me through here? I hope you can hear me. Hopefully most of you can hear me. So, come on, give me some love, guys. Can you hear me? Yeah, come on, I'm waiting for you. That's it. Okay, come on, I'm waiting for you now. Can you hear me? Come on, come on. Let's get this going. One person can't hear me, but I'm going to lose that too there. But you know who you are. Yes, you can. Thank you, Diane. That's awesome. I'm not talking to myself. But seriously, what we need is to do that. I got a webinar, Diane. You're already on the course. You know how it is. You know what it is. I got people that have been on this course 1 week already and they're smashing it. Pretty amazing. But more profit, more freedom. If you've got more money in the bank, you can work less. Gives you more chance to work on the business, which means you can work less. It's amazing. It's a beautiful circle to be in. The problem is most of us just don't get to this level. Even if you had 2 staff members, you should be on close to 300,000. We have to get clients. You've got to know how to attract clients into your salon. You've got to know how to deliver 5-star results. And you've got to convert these clients to be raving fans. That's the way you need to grow your business. The old way doesn't work. We know that. We have a bunch of salon owners around the world that can't seem to attract clients, can't keep staff, not loyal. And the reason is they don't have the skills anymore, because what worked then doesn't work now. Doesn't work anymore, guys. We've got to start thinking differently because the client's different. That's why things are different. People have changed in the big bad world. So very small. What's your big picture? What's your big goal up there? To me, finish wealthy is the way. Your salon is probably not going to give you the wealth. It's just not going to happen. It'll give you money, you'll spend it, and that's the way it goes. But I reckon 10 years is nothing in business. You know, anyone who's been in business for a long time. Hey, Louisa, yeah, glad you can hear me, which is good. Loud and clear, awesome. The thing is, anyone who's been in business long enough, it flies. So what we need to figure out at the end of the year, how can you have a lazy 50K? And if you're in the UK, Louisa, which I know you are, how can you have a lazy 25K at the end of the year? It's simple. You get each staff member to be 3 times their wage. That's simple as that. You make sure your bills are on down pat. You make sure your retail is only 10% spent. You make sure that your rent is only 10% spent. You will be left with 30% profit if you hit them numbers, guys. That means that the bigger this is, you get to keep 30%. Pay yourself whatever you want. I think a couple of grand a week is enough, don't you think? And then what? You've got a lazy 50K to invest. And you can put it onto shares. You can just shove it in the bank and watch it grow. Or you can buy some houses, no matter what. Shove it in your super. You're going to have 50K every year. So every year when you go to the tax office or your accountant, you go, another 50 bags. That is worth it. That's worth being in business for. That's the big picture stuff, guys. That's how to get wealth. So the question I ask you guys is twofold. One, can you maintain this for 10 years? Which means you've got to know how to get a stylist and get them fully booked as quick as possible. Easy. It is easy. And secondly, how quickly can I get to 600,000? Or how quickly can I get to 10,000 a week or 11,000 a week? How quick can I get my salon? We've had salon owners that, I was going to mention their name, I shouldn't. We've got salon owners that came to us that were doing way less than that and doubled it, like in 1 year. No magic pills, guys. It's in Jack and the Beanstalk time. No magic pills. This is hard work. It's looking at that one stylist and going, what are her rebooks? How can I train her? What's her retail? How can I train her? What's her retention rate? How can I train her? How do I get this to 3 times their wage or 4 times their wage? Now, that's the key, guys. You get these people to 3 times their wage, you will make money. I guarantee it. And as long as you don't spend it, you're going to have wealth at the end. I mean, imagine doing a year and it's tough and you go, oh, it's such a hard year. But you know what? I got lazy 50K squirreled away and let's do it all over again. And every year there's a purpose to life now. It's a good thing. Ranted on enough, guys. Ranted on enough. But that's simple as it is. It's as easy as that. So my question, how do you guys get to that? I can show you how to get there, by the way. I have a great course, but I got a webinar when it comes to, come to my webinar and I'll teach you how you can get your clients busy to 3 times their wage. Simple as that. How do you get to 3 times their wage so you can build some wealth, you know? Cheers, guys. Thanks for listening to my rant again.